today we will be comparing the things that you and I knit at home as knitters to what is seen as knitwear on the runway. So high fashion knitwear. Spoiler alert, often a little bit crazy. We all know knitters like to make things that you can actually wear, and fashion designers just make things crazy. Sometimes it feels for the sake of it, but we're going to be checking that out today. Let's first check out what are things that knitters, regular knitters, you and I, what do we make? Obviously, going to Ravelry is the best choice to do that. You can get knitting patterns on different places, but Ravelry is obviously the most popular. We are just going to go to the, I think, Hot Right Now page and just check out what some stuff is. Currently, today, end of March, what does Ravelry have in Hot Right Now for knitting patterns? First pattern that we have here is an Andrea Mowry pattern called the Poppy Pullover. It's a very simple pullover with some bobbles at the top. So another sweater is a very nice colorwork sweater. It's called Kvit by Teti Lutzak. Very beautiful. It's got some cabling, colorwork details, everything. And then the next one is our big friend Petite Knit. So it's just a cabled sweater. It's got drop shoulder, cable details here, cable details here. It's not crazy cabling. So actually, I think if you are wanting to make a cable sweater but don't want to do like 6 million cables, this is probably a good choice. We look through this page, we see things like another sort of beige sweater with a V-neck. We have the ranunculus, which is a very popular pattern by Midori Hirose. Shawls, of course, the Sophie scarf, very similar style scarf. So it's all very geared towards everyday wearing, very approachable, very neutral almost. We can see that the colors are, if you kind of look back at this page, the colors are very muted, very wearable, very something I can wear to the office vibe going on here. Of course, I have also collected a bunch of interesting knitwear that has been on the runway, and to be fair, this is not like something that has just come out like last week or something. Some of these are quite a bit older. I think the oldest is like from 2007, but there are definitely a couple of them that are quite recent, and let's just go through them. I'll start with this. This is from Chanel, spring 2025. And this is just so, it's like a dress made out of little knitted squares. Now, it's not insanely crazy, but I feel like this is something that you could very easily make yourself, really. If we just zoom in a little bit, you can see it is actually knitted. It's like has that crochet vibe, but it is actually knitted. But it's very much like separate sections tied together. This is something that is, it's not hard. It would not be hard to make something like this. But because it is Chanel, it'll be hella expensive. So there are actually, here's a different angle. You can see from the side, you can quite clearly see that it's just, except for like the sort of slight shaping at the top, it's just this. There's not much going on here. And they did have different colors for this. So this is more of a blue thing. Oh, I'm not sure I can show that one because of the nipple. Okay, so from the same spring 2025 ready-to-wear collection from Chanel, we have this number. Now, Chanel is very much known for their like short little coats. I don't know if there's like, or cardigans, like short little cardigans. It's like a Chanel style. And they've made one here. It almost looks like it's like knotted t-shirt yarn, or it's like, is this like plastic bags? I'm not sure. I would have to sort of like feel it. But yeah, there's another one. It's a blue. So it's a whole outfit. There's like a little coat, a top, and a skirt. And I don't know, but I just find this ugly. And like, even though it's Chanel and, you know, it costs a lot of money, it's still ugly to me. I would not wear this ever. I wouldn't even, like the other one, maybe I would try to make it, because it could be nice for a like beach wear, to have like your bikini and then have something over it so you can like go have lunch when you're at the beach. That's the only reason I can see for having this. This is, I like, when would you wear this? It's ridiculous. Okay, we're moving on. We have Chloe, and it's the fall winter collection. And yeah, this is very very interesting. It's like a hat and a balaclava style thing and a cardigan, and it's all connected and in the same color, the same pattern. It's too much, obviously. I think the cardigan on itself would be fine, but adding the rest is just crazy, is making it weird. Like, I understand the point of like runway fashion is to sort of like, you have like something that's very crazy and very high fashion, and it's more of an art piece, and then it should inspire ready to wear items. But even this, I don't know, like, how would this inspire something that's like ready to wear? I don't know. Crazy. Next one is I never know how to pronounce this. Is it like Lua? I don't know, sorry. Anyway, they have this, I think this is like one of their ready to wear pieces, but like, who would wear this? But it's like a very, very long cardigan or poncho style wrap that has no arms or anything. So you're kind of locked into a cocoon. It does look like comfortable in that sense. Like I am someone, I like heavy duvet, heavy blankets when I'm sleeping. So I do like being wrapped up as a cocoon, but maybe not when I'm walking around the street. But yeah, so they have, it's something that people wear. It's weird. What I do like about this is the color. And also, no, that's it. I think that's the color. The color, and it does look like it could be warm. And it's kind of relaxed vibes. It just looks comfortable. What I don't like about this is that because it's like a very large chunky knit, if you had something like this for real, it would just pill so fast. Because the stitches are huge, you get caught on things, and I feel like this would get ugly in like a week. And then if you wear it quite a bit, after a month, it would look horrible. Because the stitches are so large and the buttons are so large, it looks like it's something that somebody knitted for a Barbie. Because you know how Barbies are very small, so stitches on Barbie outfits look huge on them. And then if you put buttons on them, it just makes everything, like the proportions are weird. That's what this looks like to me. The proportions are off. It's Lua 2025. And this is, I think, a bit more wearable. This is also from their ready to wear collection. So it's a really nice purple knitted sweater. And it has bubbles, but they're not really bubbles. They are little flaps that they've turned into a round thing. So I don't know if I can zoom in for you. But yeah, you can see they're kind of like little flaps that kind of fold in on themselves. So it gives that bubble effect, but it's not a bubble. I like this, but would I wear it like this? Probably not. It is from last year, but I feel like for regular people, oversized sweaters and things are a bit more the style right now. So I wouldn't necessarily pick something that's like tight and cropped like this. We're going into a weird one. This is from 2013 from Sibling, and they had like a whole range of like super weird knitted outfits, and this one was like that. I just don't know what's going on here. Like the thing on his head, is that like supposed to be like a hoodie, but it also looks like it's a wig. So he looks like a deranged barrister. But also he looks like a Pokemon. Also looks like something from Sesame Street with the plush stuff here. So there's a lot going on in this picture. Also, this man looks really sad. Like, you can see in his eyes, like this is the last time that he's going to volunteer to do modeling work. After this show, he gave up and he's just going to work construction from now on because he's done. He's done. He doesn't want to do this anymore. Moving on to 2015. This is Del Posa for their ready-to-wear collection. I don't see how anyone would actually wear this in real life. Do I like it? No. I like the idea of a knitted dress for sure. And I like the shape of the skirt. What I don't like is like all the increases I hear in the front, which is, I don't know. I feel like this is way too low, so you could never wear it without anything underneath it. This like detailing, it's fun, but it's also weird. Also, this is probably going to be like way too warm because this is very, very, very chunky yarn. Like, you would have to live in a very cold climate where this would be an appropriate outfit. So that would be a no for me. This is Duarte, and it's a spring summer collection 2020. It's really ugly, and it says chill, and I feel like that's the advice the designer should have given himself when he thought that this was a good idea. It's like, I'm making this. No, wait, chill. Don't do it. Stop. Don't do it. Stop. Yeah, so this is ugly. The stitches, the lettering is ugly. It's not sleeves. It's just a flap, and then they've asked the guy to put his thumb through so that it would kind of work like sleeve. No. Ooh, I like this one. This is not a wearable piece, as in this is not a garment. This is not a garment, but it is a bag. And I feel like Fendi, they have a lot of bags that are more creative. I really like this shoulder strap. It really reminds me of those things that you would have for, like, if you're in a very fancy place and they have very thick, like, drapey curtains, and then they'll have something to cover the curtains and get them in the corner. And I don't know what that's called, but you know what I mean. It's curtain open keepers, and they're always like really fancy, and they've got like these tassels on them. And that's what this bag reminds me of, especially the handle. I like that it's the same color and fabric as the dress that this lady, or is it a dress? No, it's a sweater. So she's wearing a sweater, and then in the same sort of, it's not exactly the same yarn, but it's almost the same yarn. Oh, don't do that. In almost the same yarn, she has the bag, and I think that's fun. So if you are knitting a sweater and you have lots of yarn left, you could just knit a bag, pop a Fendi logo on it, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. But Fendi does have like, they had at some point, was it last year or the year before, they had like an embroidery kit where you could embroider your own Fendi handbag essentially. They were like 3,000 euros though, so I guess only rich people did that, because everybody else can just like embroider a bag and not spend 3,000 euros or euro dollars. JW Anderson 2024, they had like the resort collection. You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember at some point there were these like slippers that you could wear around the house that were essentially cleaning pads, and then the idea was by walking around your house you were already like dusting your floors or something, or cleaning your floors. It's like this, or it's like a very expensive shaggy bath rug, but then as the top, it looks comfortable, it looks warm, but not for your arms because they're not covered. Is it practical? I don't know. Could you make something like this yourself? Yes, but if I zoom in, these are all I-cords. So you either have to love making I-cords, or you would have to have like one of those I-cord cranks, and then you could make this. Interesting, right? I'm really fascinated by this. Like I feel sometimes designers have like, it's like art and they're trying to have some commentary on the world, and I'm just wondering like what are you trying to tell us here? Like it looks almost like a little chick. It could be something that you could wear for Easter maybe if you wanted to dress up like a little chick. They had some in different colors as well. Like this pink one is also particularly nice. The guy wearing it is also so over it, so ready to quit this job and work in construction. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working in construction. In fact, I think a lot of these guys would be happier in construction. This is Miami Autumn Winter Collection 23-24. Miami Autumn Winter 23-24 collection. It's a neon set with a skirt and a cardigan, and it's like those faux cables. And does this count as a real cable? I find these are faux cables because they're not actually crossing each other, but you know, it's up to you. But I do actually quite like this. Not the skirt. I would never make this as a skirt because I feel it's too big and chunky and you could see through it, and that would make it hard to wear because then you have to think all the time like, oh, what am I wearing underneath it? But I think as a cardigan, this is really nice. I don't think I would go for the neon, even though I am particularly primed to go for neon as a person who was born in 1980. As a child, I had 1 year as a winter. So when you're growing up in cold climates, you get a new winter coat every year, or at least as soon as you don't fit in last year's winter coat, you get a different one. It could be new, could be one of your siblings' coat from last year or a few years ago. It could also, in my case, because I was a very tall Dutch girl, usually got clothes from my mum's friends. So I sometimes got a coat from random lady down the street. And sometimes I got a new winter coat. And one of the winter coats that I got, and I was able to pick out myself in a store, so that was amazing, was a white ski jacket, and it had neon letters on it. And I don't remember what the phrases were, but I loved that coat. I lived in it. I thought it was amazing. And I was so sad that I didn't fit in it anymore. So I don't know, that probably went to one of my sisters at some point. But that coat was beautiful, all white with neon letters on it. As a parent myself, I would never give my kids a white winter coat. My son will, I don't know what these kids are doing at school, but they just roll around on the concrete and then come back home and everything's destroyed, muddy, ruined, the fabric's torn or worn or ripped. It's insane. Anyway, I do really like neon colors, so I do like this, but I think like now if it's something that I had to wear like to work or something else, I would go for maybe like a brown or a red or a caramel color, something like this. But I do really like this really big fluffy cardigan style. I feel it's like really warm and inviting, and it looks just so comfortable. We have another one from Sibling from 2013, and I just feel so sorry for this person. I really do. Like they're in kind of like in their underwear, and then they have this like weird cardigan with sleeves that are too short here. So they have like a fluffy thing on their arm, and then the other side, there is no arm, I think. It's hard to tell really. And then there's like a shawl made of loopy stuff, and then there's a hat with a pom-pom that goes with it, but it's obviously too big. This is, again, this model looks so over this shit. And I understand completely. Okay, last designer that we're looking into is Stella McCartney. If you've seen, what was the wool show that was on television? Game of Wool, with the host Tom Daly. Tom Daly frequently wears Stella McCartney, and one of the things that he wore was this really big red cardigan thing that was loopy, a loopy style. So that's very much Stella McCartney's style. It's all I-cord. So like this bag is just a giant bag of I-cord. I like it. It's fun. But I would never make this if I had to make it with my hands. I would only make this if I had like an I-cord maker, because it's just too much work. And I think nobody who doesn't knit would think it's a lot of work. You would see this and think, oh, it's just something that's thrown together. But everybody who does knit realizes it's I-cords, and it's so much work to do it by hand. This is also Stella McCartney. This is 2025 pre-fall. These are not I-cords. These are just twisted yarn strands. But yeah, again, I like, this is something I like the look of, and it looks really comfortable. Would I ever wear it? No. So, oh well. 2025 spring. I think Stella McCartney is like moving away from the loopy fur, or there is more. This is, yeah, what? I'm just so confused, and the question is what? But it's essentially a bunch of knitted panels, and then there's like really long floats in between the panels to sort of keep it together, and also on the arms. And it gives the sort of vibe of that these are like the ribs of the person or something. I don't know if that's like, but that's what it makes me think of. Like these are ribs, because they're like rib cage height and style. Yeah. Is this, what kind of yarn is this? It looks like really like a bungee, springy polyester yarn. It doesn't look like anything that falls off of a sheep. So yeah, interesting, really interesting. Would I ever make it? No. Would I ever wear it? No. There's also a skirt. There's also a skirt that goes with it. So it's, yeah, also interesting. Would I ever wear it? No. So as you can see, there's like a really big difference between what we can see on the runway and what we can see in sort of everyday real person knitting a thing life. I'm glad I'm on the side of making it myself and choosing what I can make. But I'm like happy that I've like, after so many years of being a knitter, there's quite a few things that I could make without needing a pattern. But then I'm also at the point where I'm like, yeah, but there's no point because I would never wear it and I don't want to. So I feel like as I get older, sort of the magicalness of expensive brands is really losing its touch on me. I'm just really not interested in that anymore. I'm interested in what is comfortable and what do I think is nice to make. And that's almost the only two things I'm interested in these days. So yeah, let me know how you feel. Let me know if there's anything that you saw that you thought was interesting and would maybe attempt to make. I'm really curious. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, this is a video that YouTube thinks that you might be interested in. So have a look at that. And I'll see you again next time. Bye.